Greetings, Rising Court. You stepped into the 360 chamber. I am Queen Von Shea Rising plus Tarot. Today's theme will be becoming. All right, so the person that you are becoming, transformation, if you will. I have 5 decks of cards out here. I'm only gonna pull one card from each deck, and I'm thinking about doing that 3 different times so we can get like 3 different types of energy out here when it comes to the becoming for the collective. So let's get started. Although the cards have already been pre-shuffled, I'm gonna shuffle them again. Okay. So I'm going to use this deck to see the person you are becoming, all right? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, isn't that a wonderful card to come out, right? The Ten of Swords. All right. I'm not going off of zodiac signs or nothing like that, but hey, if you are an air sign, maybe you could relate or whatever the case may be. But we're talking about what you are becoming. So there's definitely an ending here with this Ten of Swords, okay? So let's just read it and see what it talks about. Dang, I damn near went right there to it, didn't I? Yeah, it did. All right, so it says, everything is fine. It's fine, really sure. You've been completely pierced through with 10 sharp swords, and you've collapsed into a ball on the floor. You struggle just trying to survive as the weight grows even heavier. You're going through something truly soul-crushing, and it feels like your world is ending. Every moment hurts, and sometimes only meaningless distractions feels like it'll help, but the pain will end, and you will become stronger in having survived it. Now, see, whoever hear this message is gonna feel this message because this card says a whole lot, and it also represents the fact that yeah, you may have went through all of this, but it's for a reason. Okay, all your pain, all your sorrow, you know what I'm saying, all the trauma, it was for a reason, because guess what? You are becoming a new person. All right. I like it already. Well, so what part is the collective shedding? What part of them is the collective shedding? Why is this Ten of Swords here? Okay. Listen. Number 16 could be significant to you. I don't even think I ever got this card. It says to conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. Somebody is getting ready to become who they truly are. Let's read this. Let's read this. To conform. Somebody somebody wasn't being themselves. They were, you know what I'm saying, like trying to be something somebody else wanted them to be. Something to that extent. Let's read it. Let's read what it says. It says, conforming can be positive in certain situations. For example, when someone conforms out of politeness, this card has a warning for you. However, to live means to bravely follow your own path. Following the path of others means in the sense of dying, whether inside you are merely existing on a path of others, but you cannot live. Look at that. See, that's interesting because remember this car, I'm fine, I'm good, everything is, and deep down inside, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're playing a role for somebody. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be the star of your life, nobody else's. You're not supposed to be a pawn. This is supposed to be your story, your life. And somebody ain't been doing that. But that's all right because something new is brewing for you. Let's continue reading this. Okay? It says, following the path of others means you have sense of dying, whether inside you merely exist on the path of others, but you cannot live. You will find the light of your own life on your own soul's path. Recognizing and acknowledging your lies and errors, it is mistake to believe that you can please everyone and follow their wishes. It is impossible. You have been dazzled by the bright kaleidoscopes of colors of those who rob you of your strength in your light, and you have lost yourself in them. You have conformed as a chameleon would, and you are making it resonates and opinions your own. It is time to realize and learn how to say no. It is time to have your own color in your own life, to feel your own happiness, to let your own light shine out. Inner life or inner death, which do you want? Who are you? This is so cool. This is so cool. Somebody finna go from this Ten of Swords. So I'm okay, I'm fine. And no, you're really not. To actually transforming into actually being okay. It is now time to rebel, to start revolution. Free yourself from your lower negative energies and decide who you want to be. The moment has always come to share this with. The moment has also come to share this with you, the world and those around you. Don't hesitate any longer. Your soul is speaking to you. Listen to your heart, to your feelings. Listen to your own truths. And see, that's what it's really all about. And that's why I'm doing this new channel. It's all about transformation. It's all about being you and being okay with being you, not trying to fit in to please others' wishes. They ain't gonna do it for you. So why do it for them? I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's see, number 26 could be, I was finna say number 36, but number 26, number 36 could be significant, but I want to say 36 for sure. So let's see why it's all happening. I mean, we can kind of tell why it's all happening, but let's see why it's all happening. Uh-oh. Look at that. Do you see that? I didn't even get to do nothing, and that just, it just popped out. Well, let's see what it talks about. Message, number 20, message. See, this is why it's all happening. Number 20. So it says, communication. The mode is quick, fast, and cerebral. Wow, look at your situation from many different sides. Be light on your feet and make sure you have all the information you need. If not, be ready to research, investigate, translate, meditate, check your facts, and learn. Follow up on all lines of communication to make sure others understand what you said and understood what they intended. Publish, broadcast, networks, and engage in social media. Make the call, submit the resume, send the manuscript. Check all Mercury rule equipment such as vehicles, communication, electronics, profound, and backup files. Methodology. Mercury could be a trickster when he works for himself, but he also plays the role of a psychochapo. What the fuck is that? Diving into the underworld to escort trapped spirits out of it. If you need to go down into your own personal underworld, it may be time to walk with the therapist, a shamanic healer, or others in contagious guides into deep realms. Challenges: when a quick mind is not connected to the heart, it can cause trouble. Watch out for busy hamsters wheels, of the mind, shallow thinking, scattered, dishonest, or glib attachments and mistakes made within a rush. The gift: Mercury was the messenger of the gods. Listen deeply to the message of your soul, the conduit to the spirits, and become the messenger. This is all about communication. This is why it's happening. Somebody felt like they couldn't. The Ten of Swords is about clarity in communication. Obviously, somebody couldn't communicate with someone, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's with family, whether it's with neighbors, friends, job, whatever the case may be. Somebody wasn't able to communicate how they truly feel deep down inside, whatever the case may be. In real life situations, somebody couldn't do that. And with this message card coming out, this is why this ending is happening. This is why you're going through this transformation. This is why you are becoming a new person, so you can be able to communicate clearly on what it is that you need, want, and expect out of life, not only from yourself but from those who are around you. Sometimes we don't even know how to communicate with ourselves and tell ourselves what we want, and that's when that mental conflict come about. Right. All right, so this is why it's all happening. Okay, so, oh Jesus, my nose. Let's see what you're manifesting, like what's going on in the background. See what you're manifesting. It says lighten up. Lighten up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Let me read it. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's what I'm feeling like. Shoot, you already done been hard on yourself. Stop it. But let's see. It says last quarter moon. So let's see here. Last quarter moon. And it's going to be right here in Leo. Leo season, all right? So here it says, what's happening for you right now can turn out well, but you need to find balance between the light and the dark of the situation, okay? Get in touch with some lighter and happier feelings to clear away energetic debris that may have grown out of fear. That said, this isn't about glossing over any drama and pretending all is well if it isn't. Listen, pretending as if all is well and it is not. That's crazy. A positive attitude towards life now will help clear up any upsets. It says two very strong energies are at play here. All things you fear and your very vitality. It says drawing this card suggests you need to lighten up, a little happier. Happy manifestation, happy manifesting comes from happy places. Make a list of your blessings. Your trauma, your pain, everything you went through is not for no reason. And I know a lot of people be like, man, what was the whole point of it all? It's all about lessons. We all go through life lessons. And when we fail to pass that life lesson, we end up with these 10 of swords. It's okay. Everything is fine. I'm just as dandy as I want to be. And deep down inside, no, we're not. Because we still haven't figured out the lesson. But once you figure, I'm going to make sure you figure out the lesson. Ain't no once you nothing. I'm going to make sure you figure out the lesson, because God knows I done had a many, plenty, shit, lessons to figure out in life. And I don't pass them all. Shit, I'm still learning. But what I have learned and experienced in life, you pass that on to others in a positive way so they can learn from your mistakes. What do they say? What do they say? It says, a smart man learns from his mistakes, right? But a wise man learns from others' mistakes. Shout out to Damo. Okay? Straight up. And that's the truth. A wise man will learn from other people's mistakes. Okay? Now, let's see. When I forgive myself, I set myself free. Remember that. When I forgive myself, I set myself free. All right. Now, let's get ready and close out this portion of the message. Spirit, what would you like the collective to know when it comes to this Ten of Swords? When it comes to conform is to die inside. When it comes to the message from Mercury. When it comes to lighten up, Spirit, what would you like the collective to know? Yay! Number 45. It's time to go. At the end of the day, it's time to let the past go and become the new person. All right? So that's what we have there. Let's see. Oh, should I timestamp it? Would that be cool? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's get another one out there. Spirit. When it comes to the collective and the person they are becoming, can I get one card, please? Got another one. Oh, it's the Four of Swords right here. Somebody tired. Somebody is ready. Somebody is ready. Somebody is ready for a change. I think the whole world is really ready for a change. A long time coming. But let's read this, what it says here. It says, the struggle is real. You are goddamn exhausted. You've been putting time in and energy full into all the other outer aspects of your life, like friends and relationships or jobs, and you have forgotten to care for yourself. You are worn out. So take time for a break. Relax. Close your eyes and meditate. Take a nap. Do what you want in order to recharge. Somebody is tired of being tired. Somebody is tired of catering to everybody else except for themselves. And that is getting ready to change. Holla if you hear me. All right. Holla if you hear me. What part is the collective shedding, Spirit? Okay. Number 20. It says, nature is calling you. It wants to touch, fulfill, and protect you with its healing powers. Let's read what it says. Number 20. It says, you feel vulnerable, naked, and alone, But look around you. All of creations is here to heal and protect you. Your great mother, our earth, sometimes surpass even herself with the wonders and perfect beauty, all of which are there to reach out to touch and fulfill you. And yet you always choose a difficult path. Yet you always choose a difficult path, which is why you sitting up here tired and which is why you are exhausted. Okay? Okay, so, and you always choose a difficult path, a path of pain, despite longing, sense knowing in your heart that there is another way. You hear your soul speak of joy, laughter, and truly healing. You hear, but you do not listen. It tells you of many different paths free from hurt or pain. Your soul is showing you that there are easier paths to follow for wonderful and wisdom. See, I could be talking to somebody uh, who could just be exhausted, trying to help everybody out, trying to please everybody. But what I always personally say is if you're not good, mentally and emotionally and damn sure physically, you're not gonna be good for nobody else. And that's when the exhaustion come in. That's when you get tired and defeated comes in, sick comes in. Okay. And that's why nature is calling you. It wants to take care of you. It wants to protect you from others and from yourself. Okay. Here we go. No one wants to harm, belittle, or indeed anger you, and yet a part of you always seems to seek this out. You sometimes hurt yourself in your health. You do not love yourself and can be impatient or hard on yourself, feeling unattractive or useless. Healing is the acceptance without judgment of everything that is. The outside world reacts only to what is inside you. Is something hurting you? Do not react, but instead look at why this might be happening, why it's even possible to hurt you. Heal the roots cause which lies within. The issue raised by this card is not necessarily an easy one, but it is urgent. Choose the path of self-awareness. Let go of your lower negative energies and forego the dark path of victimhood. Begin to shine in your true light instead. Okay. Now that hit pretty damn hard. That hit pretty hard. Okay. Well, let's see why it's all happening here. Spirit, when it comes to this Four of Swords, and nature is calling for the collective. Why? Why is it all happening? Number 16 could be significant. Number 16. Clarify. It says, just appreciate the deep, energizing quiet of this time. Work for steady progress and play the long game. Listen to your muse and support the arts. Take a creative approach and work towards positive change within the system that are now in place with gentle, steady pressure. Find like mind and grow those deep connections. Listen to the quieter voice that are usually heard, whether it's whispering voices of intuition or your sublet voice of introverts or underrepresented represented in a romantic relationship. Hold hands and look for a place of quiet refugees together. Build relationships now that will help you manifest needs, changes when your tide turns and sun activates. The challenge here is it's not time to push ahead or spark change. If you try to motivate practical changes in your life or try to try a totally new approach. It can feel like trying to light a match in the fog. Be patient, and the fog will clear in time. Gifts. Meditation helps. Turn down the noise, the outer world, and listen with clarity to knowing within. Let go of details of the story and feel the call of spirit to connect and to see interconnections of all existence and all the quiet clarity you can see far away to the distant stars and coming to understand overacting patterns. So, bottom line is, what's changing is like being in a more calmer environment. Okay, somebody is in an environment that's noisy, that's just a lot that's going on, and this is like all the time, and that could be draining your energy. It could be getting on your nerves in some type of way, and that could be why the exhaustion is coming about. That could be why nature is calling you. It wants you to touch, feel, and protect you in its healing powers. Listen to things that are good, like ocean waves or the chakras, things of that nature. But not all that noise from outside people, not all that noise from watching the news, not all that gossip you're hearing from other people and what's going on. All that stuff can get inside of you, and it can be exhausting, like real talk. Let's see what's going on in the background for the collective. Seeing the bigger picture. Yep, seeing the bigger picture. That's what's going on. Spirit wants you to see the bigger picture. Somebody is missing the bigger picture when it comes to a situation. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to make sure you get the picture one way or another. We got this, Spirit. We're going to make sure they get the picture. Let's read it. Let's read it. Sagittarius here. Full moon in Sagittarius. Full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Libra. Here we go. Seeing the bigger picture. It says at this point, your best bet is to be the bigger person. In whatever situation is on your mind. If harsh words have been exchanged, this card comes with gentle suggestions to diffuse the upset and some humor. The world is your oyster when you draw this card, but you need to find a balance between where you are and where you want to be, okay? A peace of mind. Listen, from the Four of Swords to nature calling, okay? That's like two different places where you definitely want to be. It may be you need to do something more, do some more research before you move closer towards whatever it is you want. When manifesting the journey of discover, you can be an empowering and dream big. So I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but I feel like whoever this is like is this it? Like, is this really what it all boils down to when it comes to life? Is this really what it all boils down to? And Spirit wants you to see, Spirit wants you to know that no, there's more to life than how it may seem or how it may be coming off. But you're not going to be able to see that unless you be able to make a change. And in order to make a change, you got to be able to see the bigger picture. No, what you seeing right now is just a portion of life, and maybe not the life that you prefer. You know, something to that extent. Spirit wants you to see the bigger picture. It says finding a balance between saying what needs to be said and saying too much. See, I think that has a lot to do with all that noise. It's a lot of unnecessary commotion, a lot of unnecessary noise that's happening that needs to not happen, okay? And I know it actually is just that simple. Just as easy as I'm saying, it's just as simple as it is. Okay? It says one thing's for sure, having an open mind will serve you well. Talk to people about your issues and get a view of the bigger picture. Listen to this. This is your affirmation. I know that I am blessed and I love my life with that knowing. That's what I'm saying. To whoever I'm connecting with, is this it? Is this how it's gonna always freaking be? Nope, nope, but a bean. Nope, but a ball. No, no, it's not gonna always be this way. I know that I am blessed, and I love my life within that knowing. That's major. Okay, that is major. Spirit, to close out this portion of the reading for the collective, what would you like them to know? Ooh, I love it. 23 could be significant to you. Peace. Spirit wants you to know that there is peace and there shall be peace, and peace be still. All right. All right. Let's move on to the last and final one. 32 minutes in. I hope y'all like this. Last one, Spirit, for the collective, the person they are becoming. Woo! Woo! I like it. I like it. Listen. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Cause somebody becoming some money, honey. Ain't that a way to end it out though? So let's look at it. Let's look at it. So we have the Queen of Pentacles right here. And the Queen of Pentacles talks about the Queen of Pentacles is rich in more ways than one. She has a stable and simple life that she has filled with things, people, and activities that bring her joy. She is mature and generous, seeks to bring happiness, and provides a sanctuary to those she loves. If you are the Queen, it's time to nurture and caring. It could be as simple as taking some time to cook a meal for a good friend or buying a cute plant for someone special. Be kind. It suits you. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about it. Somebody is stepping into their grown woman seat, they grown woman role right here with this Queen of Pentacles right here. You know, and sometimes, even though the Queen of Pentacles is definitely about money, but as I always tell people, there's so much more to life than just money. Look, they didn't say go buy a $15,000 shirt. Well, I think the shirts wouldn't cost $15,000, but you know what I mean. They didn't say you're becoming somebody who's finna go out here and spurge and buy all type of stupid stuff. They said something so simple, a plant. You know, I'm talking to somebody who's coming to realize that, yes, just because you have money and it makes things easier for you, but there's more things in life than just money. And somebody is stepping into that energy, okay? You got the money. Whoever I'm talking to has it, but it's all about how to utilize it and what it really means and what it really represents when it comes to you and those around you. Okay? Still very good. Spirit, when it comes to the collective, and this can be king too, not just queen. All right. when it comes to the collective. What part are they shedding when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles? Look at that. Look at that. 34. You are unique. Be brave, a little crazy, but be yourself. See, that's the thing. Money should not change a person to the point where they make them not be themselves, to the point where they forget where they come from. You are unique. Be brave, be a little crazy, but be yourself. The money should never change who a person is. And that's what I said. I got to be talking to somebody who has this. Who has this. But it's stepping into a role where they're realizing that, okay, yeah, I do got this, but you know what? There's so much more to life than just this. And this is good. This is good. This is a way to end the reading out, like straight up. Now, let's see. Why is it all happening, Spirit? Why is it all happening? Whoa. That was a little too hard, Shay. Are we doing that, Shay? Why is it all happening, Spirit? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Why is you are unique here for the collective? Introspection. Woo! Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. That's all I'm talking about. Say it with your chest. Introspection. That's you going inside and checking you and making sure you all right. That's how I feel. Let's see. What they got to say here? Let's see. Number 50 could be significant to you. All right. So here we go. The 12th house here. Introspection. This situation is complex. So learn what's going on behind the scenes before you act. Look for private motives, hidden enemies, and surprise angels. Take time alone to develop an idea or listen within. The 12th house speaks of both who you are, where no one's... Ooh, the 12th house speaks of who you are when no one is looking. When no one is looking. Who you are when no one is looking, okay? And the fact your fate is inextricable. Okay, listen, let me say, I ain't never seen this fucking word before, but INEXTRIC, inextricable. I don't know. Linked to every other sentence being. Work with the metaphors we all call cells in our body of the divine. It's essential that you take care of yourself, your individual cells, and honor who you are. But you must also acknowledge that you work within an organism, family, and culture, which operates within the body of all creations. If you just take care of yourself and disregard the rest, you become a cancer that brings illness to the great body. If you deny your individuality, you can do what you were born to do. Your individuality. Listen, you are unique. Be brave. This is a little interesting because it's almost like, I don't know, like, did somebody get some, I don't know, somebody's on a different type of scale when it comes to money, something to that extent, but something about denying who you are, your individuality, the person that you are. That's crazy. Both realities are clear and true. You do exist independently, and you are part of a collective. It's just a perspective shift. It's practical to get lost in oneness, whether it's spiritual bliss or over identification with your group and neglect your own individuality. Listen, I'm getting them vibes like, you know, say for instance, like you just came into some money or something. So you're around people who, who drinks their tea like this and eat their crumpets, and you know, you have your silverware over here and over here, you know what I'm saying? Maybe just because you got this money, but you may not know which silverware is a salad fork, or which knife, or you may not know which one goes, or which glass is, whatever the case may be. So, instead of trying to fit in with everybody else, learn to be your own self. And if it's hard to do that, you may need to look inside to see who you truly are. And you don't have to be like anybody else. You can be your own self. Money should not change a person. At no circumstances should it ever. If this is your story, be yourself. Let the money be the tool. We're not saying you got to be rich and famous, but somebody could have definitely stepped into a different tax bracket. And with that comes change and surrounding, but be yourself. This is what got you where you are. Okay? But it can be spiritually painful to feel stuck in isolated single cells mindset. Spiritual practice can help you find a healthy mind point between disconnect, lonely state, and a state of connection, connecting one another to cause or to the divine. Grounding helps you return to your personal path. It can be hard. The challenge. It can be hard to find a healthy place between feeling submerged by a group and dwelling in a stunted isolation. The 12th house asks you to face your fears. Even if this is not like a social thing. Maybe it's at your job or something like that. But something changed and somebody felt like they needed to change who they were to fit in, and you really didn't. You really didn't need to do that. And that's a fear. You got to face that fear that it's okay to be your unique self. You are unique. Be brave, be a little crazy, but be yourself. But be yourself. Okay? Gift. In quiet moments of prayer, meditate and create bliss. Feel the deep connection to the surface and know you are not alone. Yep, you may feel like you stick out like a sore thumb or something to that extent, but Source wants you to know that you're not alone. No, you're not alone. Male or female, you are not alone. You don't have to isolate yourself, and you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not. Uh-oh. Now, let's see what's going on in the background, what's manifesting for the collective when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles. So you are unique in introspection, 12th house spirit. The color red could be significant. Wow. Look what come out. It's all about a balance. Make time for self-love. That's why it's all happening. You need to make time for self-love. Let's read it. What is this? Last quarter moon in Libra. All right. Have you been trying to have you been trying to please all of the people all of the time when you're not quite happy yourself? There's a difference between wanting to live positively and spiritually bypass. When you refuse to acknowledge your feelings, you can't fool the universe, so pretending to be happy when you're sad will get you nowhere. Whether you need to deal with your feelings, that's the only way. If you're people pleasing, stop. Think about what's going on and why you're doing it. If you're in an unbalanced relationship, address the situation. While it's lovely to do things nicely, there's also a need things to be done well. Be sincere. Ain't that some shit? Let's see. The way to get in the manifesting zone is to work through all your stuff. Once you've done that, you become a clear signal for your desires. This is your affirmation right here. Harmony surrounds me. I am on my path. Harmony surrounds me. I am on my path. You know, like I always tell everybody, money is a tool and it cannot buy happiness. It can buy a car, it can buy some nails, it can buy some liquor and some weed and it can buy all of this, that, and the other, but it just can't buy happiness. That comes within. That comes within. All right. Let's see what Spirit got to say. Spirit, what you got to say? What you got to say, Spirit? To close out this very last reading for the collective when it comes to becoming. We got this Queen of Pentacles right here. You are unique in the 12th house introspection. In the last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. Spirit, what is the last message that you have for the collective when it comes to the becoming? Here we go. Look. The tribe. Yep. Number 8 could be significant to you. The tribe. The tribe, for me here, is your soul connection, your people, the people that surround you, that's for you, your tribe. That's what Spirit wants you to know. This last reading right here, are you surrounded by your tribe? Do these people that you are around, that you trying to please and fit in with, is this your tribe? Because I don't think you have to change who you are. You don't have to fit in, because your tribe already know where you fit in at, where you're supposed to be, because you are part of them and they are part of you. So if you're feeling like you're in something that doesn't feel like it's part of you or part of your calling, then that's not your tribe. That's not where you're supposed to be. That's why you don't fit in. That's why Spirit wants you to be your unique self. Okay? All right? All right. Okay, Rising Court. The chamber dims, but the power does not. Walk forward with clarity until the chamber opens again. Rise with intention. And I am Queen Vanshay Rising 360 plus Tarot. Thank you.